So, you're done with the exercise. I do hope that in doing it, you got an even better understanding of what the 21 departments are. Alright, we've examined the 7 divisions. We know their names. We've examined the 21 departments. And now we also know their names. In examining the functions of these departments, we came to know what each of the 7 divisions and each of the 21 departments do. We know their functions, their purpose, and their goals. This is a good place to recall that principle we went over, so let's recall it again. Be, do, have. Of course, the names of the departments and divisions are nothing other than be. The divisions have a secretary as their head. For example, we could say that I'm the secretary of Division 1. That is be. We have department heads, and likewise, there could be a head for the client relations department. And again, that's be. All the functions inside the divisions and the departments are nothing other than do. So what is have? Of course, you've probably already guessed that the VFP has to do with the concept of have. And now, I want you to pay especially close attention. VFP. Now let us look at the main principle of the org board from the viewpoint of the VFP. So, we have an overall VFP for the whole company, right? I hope you remember from our demonstration with the cups of coffee being made, where we demonstrated the importance of subproducts in great details. Alright, so what are the subproducts going to be for the overall VFP of the org board? You've already guessed it. The VFPs of each division on the org board. There they are. Let's move on. What will constitute the subproducts for the overall divisional VFP? Exactly. The VFPs are the departments in this division. Now let's go on. What will be the subproducts for the valuable final product of each department? Well, of course, the subproduct for the valuable final product for each department will come from the valuable final product of each post in that department. That's brilliant, isn't it? And that's the overview of the org board from the viewpoint of the VFP. There is one more specific thing about the org board, a particular detail about it. I hope you have noticed that the 1st and the 5th divisions are raised on the org board. It's not by chance that these 2 divisions have been raised on the org board. It symbolizes that they are very important. If you take a look at any business, you would see that there is always sales, there is always treasury, and there is always shipping or deliveries of the goods or services. And this means, according to the org board, that we have the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th divisions, and that they are between the 1st and the 5th division. We can say then that the 1st and the 5th division are those 2 divisions which are holding the whole company structure, the entire production cycle. Now, if you are already a business owner, or sometime in the future you're going to be one, and you have an idea or are planning that one day you'll be free of that business, and I don't mean that you're going to give it up. I mean to leave it under control, so that you'll continue to expand and develop, etc. So you end up being free of the routine actions of that business as a real business owner who owns a business but doesn't work in it. You know, having free time to establish a new business or play the saxophone or something. Or lying on the beach soaking up the sun. Anything. Okay, so I want to tell you that if you have such an idea, you cannot do that without having a really well-established first and fifth division. And if you don't have a really well-established first and fifth division, you should forget about beaches and saxophones and all of your dreams. A business without a first and fifth division will suck you into it any way it can. There is another thought I'd like to talk about. We were talking about the functions of each department. And we went over in detail from the viewpoint of the purpose of each department and what makes up each department and what they are doing. The whole philosophy of the org board is that it can be applied to a single person by himself or to a billion people group. It doesn't matter how big or small. And in this case, each department of the org board can be divided into smaller units, such as sections, which can be made up of subsections. And those subsections can be broken down again into other subsections. You get the idea. And the key point here is that the bigger the company, then the more detailed or precise the sections and subsections need to be. And now, to consolidate all this and put it into practice, let me invite you to do the following exercise. It's there for you to practice recognizing and figuring out the valuable final products of all divisions and all departments and putting them into the right place. In order to orient ourselves doing this exercise, we need to do one thing, of course. What do you think we need to do? Formulate the overall VFP. And going off that, you can have the right idea of what the subproducts of that VFP will be. And they in turn are located all over the org board. Of course, we're going to do that using our company furniture as an example. Let's formulate the VFP. It's going to look like this. Comfortable, beautiful, quality furniture acquired by the client where the client is satisfied with the purchase and wants to be serviced by the company furniture in the future, either as retail buyers or business partners. That's the VFP. Go ahead with the exercise and I'll see you right after.